Good morning. Thank you all for joining. We will be started in just a moment. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or providing testimony before the board. Just another moment as folks are trickling in from the waiting room. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Thank you, Danny. Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce, Chair of the Boston Licensing Board. Today, I'm also joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you very much. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. For members of the general public who wish to provide testimony, please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. Begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Qdoba Company Restaurant, LLC, doing business as Qdoba Mexican Eats, located at 279 Massachusetts Ave. Has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above 2,819 square feet located on the first floor of a strip mall. The establishment is a fast casual Mexican restaurant, including a customer lobby, dining area, 2 restrooms, a back office, kitchen preparation area, walk-in cooler, and designated cooking area. There is no outdoor patio. Manager Rogerio Palmer, hours of operation 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Corey Niederhouse on behalf of Qdoba is here.
Thank you very much for being with us. If you could just please briefly present the proposed concept to the board.
Yeah, so basically, as you stated in the application, we're a quick service Mexican restaurant. Currently, we did get a temporary license, so we are currently open at 279 Mass Ave. And obviously, we do a lot of business around the common area. Obviously, we're familiar not only with the location and you know the campus and everything that's around there, but yeah, hopefully any questions we're happy to answer, and hopefully we look forward to being able to continue business.
Thank you. Can you just let us know? I don't have it in front of me. Are there any seats there?
Are you asking how many seats?
Yes. How many
Oh,
seats?
it's 52 seats.
Oh, it's okay. 52 seats. Thank you very much. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, C. Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to abutters in a 300-foot radius, which solicited no comments to our office. The applicant met with the Fenway Civic Association and reached an agreement with them not to use New Edgerly Place for their deliveries or pickups, and that organization has sent a letter to the board. That background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 2, El Parche LLC, doing business as El Parche, located at 636 to 638 Bennington Street in East Boston. has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above 1,086 square foot full-service restaurant with takeout permitted. The basement level includes storage, office, and prep station. The first floor features a full kitchen, bar, ADA-compliant restroom, and seating for 20 guests. Manager Mary Perianes Quintana, hours of operation 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the board may recall a hearing was held on this item on October 1st. The board requested a second hearing after the applicant held another community meeting and submitted a written plan about waste disposal and storage, both of which have since occurred. With that, who's present on behalf of the applicant? Oh, hello, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Good morning. My name is Mary Quintana, and I'm with the process like 2 years and a half already. We see the opportunity because my brother-in-law, Elkin Vanegas, he buy the building. At the beginning, I didn't know that I had to ask. That's the big mistake that I commit. The permission to the neighbors. But now I know the party is already to open. I do everything by the law. Ask for permission, and I have all inspections. The only inspection that I need done is the health. And I'm concerned, very worried because like I say, it's 2 years and a half already, and we put all the money there, and we owe too much money already, and we just want to open like the thing is I don't speak English very well, but I want to like let them know that I don't want any problem with the neighbors. I just want to do the things right, and in the beginning we think it's a good idea because it's a school and a church, and we want like a nice and good food, a nice family restaurant.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience with us to get you back on before us for a second hearing. Which is the reason why I asked for a second hearing was it didn't seem like the first community process was specific towards your proposal. I think at that time you wanted to serve alcohol, but you've since changed your mind, and this would just be for food. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, family restaurant, just food.
Take out.
And takeout, yeah, it was very important to me, and I know to the other members of the board that the community was aware of your proposal because it seemed as if when you first met with them, based upon their reaction, you decided to change your concept to just do food, no alcohol. That being said, if we were to approve this, I would not consider expanding this to allow you to do BYOB or alcohol because I feel like that's a commitment you made to the community. And I would take that very seriously if you were found in violation in any way of having any alcohol on the premise. I do appreciate the extra time you've taken and your patience with us. This is our busy season. We're just coming out of renewals. Can you tell me about what, in your own words or the best you can, what your plan is for the waste disposal?
Oh, for the trash, we already have a company, and we have a convenience that if it's necessary to take the trash every day, they're gonna do it.
Okay. And it's one pickup a day?
Yes. We start 2 times a week because we don't know how busy it's gonna be, but I think it's gonna be a good place because we serve a good food. So I think it's necessary to pick up every day.
Okay.
I think if nobody gonna want like animals in the restaurant, in the house. So we need to be very clean. It's necessary to be clean. So I already talked to them and I say, if it's possible, I have to pay more, I pay more, but you need to, and they say, yeah, no problem. If you need every day, I'm gonna do every day.
Okay. And you plan on being on site every day?
Huh?
You're the manager?
Yes,
And do you plan to be there?
yes, I have to be there every day.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's my responsibility. And the thing is that my sister gonna help me because but I had to be there like 8 in the morning to 10 p.m.
Okay. And just for the record, again, it's only 20 seats, correct?
20.
All right. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I think I'll wait for after comments. Thank you.
None at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 636 Bennington, our office differs to the board's judgment on this matter. A community process for this proposal has been extensive, and my office has hosted 3 abutters meetings, with the third being hosted on 10/15/25 per the request of the chairwoman and focused only on the common victualler license. It was heavily attended by the East Boston community members, and the primary feedback from this meeting remains to be overwhelming opposition to the proposal, mostly because the community feels a lack of trust in the proposal outlined by my supervisor in previous testimony, including after-hours parties, unpermitted work, and the significant impacts that a proposal could have on this community, including the people whose establishment the hours would disturb. Including the working class people who the hours of the establishment would disturb. There were numerous requests from the community, including to include specific provisos on this proposal, as there was a lack of trust in the proponents' assurances from the community. They wanted safeguards preventing any future applications for live entertainment or alcohol licenses of any kind, as the chairwoman just expressed. There were also 2 community members in that meeting that evening that did not have an issue with the proposal and expressed support regarding the proposal. In addition to the 10 letters in opposition originally received, we received 1 additional letter in opposition expressing many of the concerns from the abutters meeting, and 1 letter in support following the community meeting. The proposal has been reviewed by the Harborview Neighborhood Association, and they remain in opposition to this proposal. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Could you share that with us in writing? I wasn't able to take notes fast enough.
No problem, of course.
Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Hello, I would like to testify if possible.
Thank you. If you could please identify yourself, you'll have 2 minutes to provide your testimony.
Sure. My name is Ed DeVoe. I am a homeowner at 801 Saratoga Street. I am also speaking on behalf of my parents, Ed and Connie DeVoe, homeowners at 803 Saratoga Street, and my sister, Michelle DeVoe, of 101 Wordsworth Street, all direct abutters. Madam Chair, members of the board, also I should disclose that I am a former member of the Zoning Board of Appeal for the City of Boston. Madam Chair, members of the board, I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible. I know your time is valuable. Without hyperbole, I think this is my 8th or 9th meeting regarding this proposal over the course of 2 years. And in that time, there has never been one instance where this proposal has received any type of neighborhood or community support. It has and continues to be nearly unanimously opposed by all neighbors at abutters. At every meeting, the abutters and neighbors have expressed their opposition, and yet the proponent continued to do work to the building while providing no answers to very pertinent questions regarding deliveries, trash removal, parking, hours of operation, etc. And it seems as though at every meeting, things would change in terms of hours and how they were going to provide services. And even at the last meeting, there was a concern about DoorDash and Uber Eats deliveries. Deliveries had never really been mentioned. So at every meeting, there has just been something new that the neighbors really just cannot get their heads around. This board provided the proponent with another opportunity to come to the neighbors. And again, there were no answers and a number of deflections. The opposition was unanimous. I would argue that the city and the board have received dozens of letters of opposition, including all the butters and neighbors, plus the Salesian Boys and Girls Club, the Brooks Charter School, as well as the Harborview Neighborhood Association. And one last point, and I will wrap up. Up until 2 years ago, this was considered a forbidden use. and for good reason. The intent behind Mayor Wu's zoning change was to allow for more housing along the Bennington Street corridor. This is a majority residential neighborhood, and this proposal is an outlier behind the intent of that zoning change. The proponent has been given every opportunity to convince the neighbors, and they have been unable to do so. Moreover, the opposition has grown due to the actions and evasiveness of the proponents. There is no public need for this proposal, and I ask that the board deny this license.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Other individuals
for your
who
time.
would, thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board?
I have a couple of questions.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was trying to unmute myself, but I just want to go on the record for opposition as well. My name is Robin Weiser. I live at 107 Wordsworth Street, and I'm a direct abutter. So I just wanted to go on the record. I am opposed to it as well, and I do have a concern. When we met last time, just about trash pickup times being between like 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. And you know, everyone around us, we work. I'm so like, you know, opposed to this that I'm taking time out of my work day right now to go on the record. So I just, you know, value my sleep, and you know, it's very close to home for us. And I just wanted to reiterate everything Ed said.
Thank you very much. I do see a hand raised from Skip Marcella as well. If you'd like to unmute yourself, you may provide your testimony. You'll have 2 minutes. Here we go.
Yes, I would like to go on record as being opposed to this project. My name is Skip Marcella. I live at 178 Wadsworth Street. I'm the chair of the Harborview Neighborhood Association. And as Mr. DeVoe has indicated, at all of the meetings that we've had, you know, with Mary and her group. And initially, I just want to say that Mary was represented by counsel. She had 2 attorneys representing her through this process. And in spite of the errors that she's indicated she had in the beginning, in building this project and putting up a sign that said opening soon before she had even come to the neighborhood. And again, I think that speaks to the mistrust that I think the neighborhood has with this process for her. And I think going forward, I think we have a lot of concerns with regards to what will eventually happen. This project started out with a 2 a.m. closing. What family restaurant closes at 2 a.m. in the morning? And then it got pushed back to midnight and then 10 p.m. 10 p.m. is still too late for the families, the children, and the workers that abut this project. So I am opposed to this project because of the residential neighborhood here that this impacts significantly. Thank you.
Thank you. I also see a hand from Michelle Weiser. I'm going to ask you to unmute. You may provide your testimony. You'll have 2 minutes.
Hi, I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I want to go on the record opposing as well, and to kind of go off of what everybody else says. I am a direct abutter, and, you know, of course, we have issues with quality of life because of having this open at 10, having to get up and go to work at 5 a.m., you know, trash pickup. We're afraid of rodents, and we just are opposed. This was done very deceitful from the beginning, and we're just sort of afraid once they get in if things are going to change as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board?
Yes, I do have some questions. I think it was Mr. DeVoe who brought up the deliveries, trash removal, and hours. So we did talk about deliveries, Mary. We talked about trash removal. What is your plan for third-party deliveries, Uber Eats and that sort of thing? Do you plan on having a contract with them?
I don't gonna have a Uber Eats in DoorDash.
You are or you are not?
I'm going to have my own delivery guy, a person, and phone calls pick up, and I need to educate my employer to say he don't have to put the car, he had to park good.
Okay, so
That's the
just
first thing.
so in some neighborhoods, we've been asked to put conditions on licenses that restrict Uber Eats, DoorDash, and those third-party delivery services. Did you agree to not have third-party deliveries and only your own employers deliver?
Yes.
So it'd only be your employer who would
My
deliver.
employer delivery or pickup. And I don't want to have DoorDash and Uber Eats because I know they're gonna park a double park, or like they gonna park really bad, and I don't gonna have any problems. I don't want any problem with the neighborhood.
Okay. And then can you respond to the comment about the distrust with, I guess I have two more things. The distrust with after hours parties. Do you understand that what you're licensed to do, let's say it's 10 p.m. or an earlier time, you can't have private parties after that? Do you know that?
Yeah,
Okay. Just to make
I
sure we're
know,
clear
I
about
know,
that.
I know I can lose my license if a inspector or somebody come from the city at 10:30 and it's open and it's people there. I can have it. I know about that.
Okay.
I have experience with the run a business like 25 years.
Okay, then my last question is, you described it in your opening remarks as being a family restaurant, a sit-down family restaurant. Do you plan on applying for entertainment licenses?
I don't know because I think I gonna need for the TV. I want to pay put like a sports, and I think I need that just for the TV for put sports, but not for music loud. I don't want allow music,
Okay,
and I
and
don't want DJ.
this would be a different hearing, but just so I can get this on the record, you would not be looking to have a DJ,
No,
would not be looking to have someone play a playlist through speakers. It would just
no,
be a request for television.
no. Just have I have a one TV, and I just want to have a how you say permission to turn on the TV for pure sports or for play music, the videos and the TV, but it's like love music, no loud.
Okay. And what's in the basement of this place? Is it just offices or
Huh?
is there any finished basement?
Yes, they have basement and they have prepare station there
Okay.
and for storage and office.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I've got no other questions.
I have one other question. I had a hard time unmuting my phone, so
Yep,
that's why I'm
sir. If you could
calling a
just
little
please
late.
identify yourself when you can provide your testimony.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm Ron Agostinelli. The owner of 107 Wadsworth Street in East Boston. And Mr. Green, I sent you a letter, believe it was on October 8th, with a couple of issues I had concerns with. And I don't understand how they can approve this. They built that ramp, and that ramp does, as you saw in my letter, I had the pictures of what an actual ramp looks like. They didn't, it's not to code. I don't think Ms. Quintana's misinformed about what things actually do meet the code. The other way I look at it, there's a lot of opposition to this particular restaurant, and the board was hired to follow the wishes of the majority of the people in the city and the neighborhoods. And from my perspective, the community is very much against this restaurant. That I think when she did the siting for this restaurant, it was a poor site selection process, and now she's just trying to get it to work, and the impact it'll have on the neighborhood won't be a good one. So it's going to ruin our quality of life and the life of the people that live around there. So I urge the board to deny her license for this establishment. I know in my letter, I requested copies of a bunch of information. I don't know if she provided you that information prior to the meeting. I think the last contract she gave us with the waste haul, they had an initial one. The next one, it talked about daily trash pickup. And now she's talking about you don't know how much business she's getting, so it may not be every day.
I think what she said was she at first was only going to have it twice a week because she wasn't sure about her business, but when she listened to the community, she's now going to have it daily.
Daily, yeah, she had a contract with someone else that started. I think it was in May or something. I'm not exactly sure when it started. And she did get a violation for trash pickup, so that didn't really work out very well for the neighborhood. So I guess that's all I have to say. I don't want to rehash a lot of stuff we talked about many, many times at the meeting. It's just that it's not a good fit, so it should be denied.
So
Thank you.
I just want to put a finer point on this for everyone that's listening about this. The legal standard for a food license without alcohol is not public need. It's a far lower standard for this board to approve a CV only license. If this was an application for an alcohol license, the legal standard is a lot higher. And there's other things that this is already zoned and it's been okayed for a restaurant. And it's not a question of us, taking a vote about how many people want it or not. We have to really look through the lens of whether or not this is within the public good to have a restaurant here. We're not talking about whether or not it's in the public good of having, I think that's already been determined by zoning, that a restaurant can go here. I'm just going to say this again. This is not an alcohol application. If this was an alcohol application, we would then go through an analysis of public need for an alcohol application. I've been chair of the board since 2018. I can hardly remember the last time we opposed a CV only license. There was an instance I can think of, but it was a very different situation. But we have hearings, thousands of applications, and this is not for alcohol, so the legal standard is very different. So I'm saying that now. This isn't usually the place where I would get into these details, but since I don't think a lot of you will be on our voting hearing tomorrow, I wanted to make sure that the public understood that we asked them to go back and meet with you about the application that's before us, because their first meeting, it sounded like it was about an alcohol application. We don't have an alcohol application before us today. It's for food only with a 10 p.m. closing. And just so you all know, the legal standard is very different than it is for an alcohol application. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Just to respond directly to Mr. Agostinelli.
You're on mute.
Dan, you're on mute.
All right. Can you hear me now? Thank you. Just to respond to Mr. Agostinelli, I am in receipt of your letter. The things that you have requested include things that are not in the possession of this board, like building permits, architectural drawings. Those requests really should go to the Inspectional Services Department, who would have those items, not the licensing board. Are there any further questions from the board?
Yes. So I don't know when we brought it up the last time, but where is the trash going stored while it's awaiting?
Figure out what happened to Danny. Oh, there he is. Okay, great. The question, Commissioner Curran, do you mind repeating your question again because the recording stopped?
Okay. Did we get kicked off completely, all of us, and come back?
Yeah, everyone's back now. My Zoom,
okay,
for some reason restarted.
All right, everyone's reloaded and everything. I got to restart it. You went away and then we came back. So my first question is, where is the trash, the refuse, going to be stored while it's awaiting pickup?
It's gonna be on the right side. We have a space there to put the trash. And
outside. Outside.
Outside.
Okay, I'm looking at like satellite and street view pictures. It's going to be on the ramp.
No. We have space there to put the trash.
I see a trash bin now. Is that where it's going?
I think it's a picture in Google.
Yeah.
You can see the ramp, and then in the end, they have a big space to put it's 2 cans for the trash.
So not on the ramp, but you have space on your property off of the ramp.
Yes.
It's on the ramp platform. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm living there next to it.
Yeah.
You walk up the ramp, there's a small platform, and
So
that's
it is
where
up on the ramp.
that's where the receptacles are kept.
Okay, but Miss Quintana, are you telling us it's not going to be up on that platform?
Okay, I'm gonna explain you. The ramp is the ramp is here, and then the door is here. It's behind the door. We have a little space there.
Yeah, and so I guess what I mean by the ramp is the whole structure, up the ramp and on the flat. It's on the raised platform.
Yes.
Okay. So and that's the only you don't have any space to the side of that, right? That's the property line, right?
No.
Okay, and nothing behind it, right?
I don't have a space.
Okay, so you have so what I'm seeing here is you have about room for what, 1 barrel that would fit behind your door there?
Yeah, behind the door.
Okay, are you separating like dry trash from like food waste
Yes.
in 1 barrel?
I have 2.
You're gonna have 2 barrels.
Yeah, 2 barrels.
Okay. Is there any room inside to keep trash while it's being?
Maybe I can keep, I have a little space in the basement, but I don't think it's gonna good idea.
What time is your trash pickup?
Huh?
Sorry, Commissioner Curran.
Yeah, no, I was going to get to the same question because it's an open question. All right, so say you're storing your trash out there. What times are the trash pickups going to be? And to add on to that question, do you have a written contract for us to review with this company you say you have agreements with to pick up every day?
I have the contract,
And that contract lays out the whole plan of how trash is going to be handled?
Yes.
Okay. Danny, do I see you've got in your head?
Yes, it's in the hearing folder. There is a contract.
That's the update A1, the one that they've contracted with latest, because seemed to be some information that you had different contractors at different points.
I have the first contract, the end in a year, because we have 2 years and a half already. And now I have another contract, and I already talked to them to ask if they can pick it up like around 6, 7 in the morning, because everybody put complain about 2 to 6 is too early, and they are gonna destroy the sleep.
Okay, so we have the written contract with that contractor, right?
Yeah, you already sent it.
Is that timing in it? No, I know. I'll review it. I want to make.
I'm not sure if the time is there.
The time says 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. What's
okay?
We have.
Okay, but I already talked to them, and if it is necessary, I can change the hour. But I already talked to them. The thing is that
I have to tell you now that we don't really fully deliberate till tomorrow, but 2 a.m. If that written contract only says 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., that probably for me would not be a mark in your favor. So you can do what you'd like, but you might want to amend that and get it over to us.
Yeah, but do you want me to change the hour? I already talked to them, and they say yes, they're gonna go 6 to 7 to pick it up the trash.
What I'm telling this is highly opposed, okay? But as the chair has said, the standard's pretty low. But there's going to be factors in your favor and against you. And as far as my vote's concerned, I am concerned about trash pickup. I've already expressed that before. Your ability to store it on site, how long it's going to be there, how reliable the trash pickup might be. And in order for me to feel like it's reliable, I don't want to have the idea that it's going to be happening at 2 a.m.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm gonna talk to them. I already talked to them. They say 6 to 7. They're
Okay.
gonna pick it up the trash, but if you want me to change the contract, I can change it just now. I just call and talk to them.
Okay. So I think that if that's what you're saying, I think that your written contract that you submitted to us should reflect that. So we can rely on it when
So
we're voting.
she can submit a written amendment.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I do it.
All right. So my questions were the timing, the written contract, and the storage area. So I'll leave you with those concerns. We have to deliberate tomorrow and we're voting. So, and I can only speak for myself, but those are my concerns. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any further questions or comments from the board?
I think in your amendment, Mary, you should include where the trash is going to be stored while you're open and where your trash is going to be stored afterwards. As they have said, you're right near some residential places. And even if the trash pickup is 6 to 7 a.m., the concerns about rodents need to be taken into consideration.
Hold on one second. ¿Qué dijo ella? Can you repeat again, please?
Just to add on to Commissioner Curran's request, and I don't know the answer, but if you're going to have food stored outside next to residential homes overnight, and maybe that's not what you're planning on doing, but we want you to spell that out for us in writing. But where the food is going to be stored, if it's going to be on that ramp and it's all night until 6 a.m. until they come out, like we have to be convinced that it's being stored properly.
Yeah. It's gonna be there and the end in the ramp, but I gonna do it like it's supposed to, like separate the things that I had to separate, and they gonna pick it up. Like I left the trash around 10 p.m. like you say, and then before 7 a.m. they gonna pick it up, the trash. Because I don't think it's a good idea to leave in the basement. It's gonna be food over there.
Chairman Joyce, are you saying that the trash can should have some sort of clamp or lid or lock, just to ensure that rodents can't just easily open the lid and make a mess?
At the very least. I mean, I've never run a restaurant, but I've never lived next to one, but I would be concerned about the trash, and I appreciate Commissioner Curran pointing that out. I mean, would you be able to keep the trash inside until trash pickup?
Yes. Yes, we can live in the salon, on the first floor.
So, not telling you how to run your business, but what I guess I'm asking is, if you have a 9 a.m. trash pickup, I have no idea what time it's going to be. Can you put your trash out right before trash pickup and not leave it on the ramp?
Yes, I can do that.
Just another idea, maybe your servicer has a key and you leave it inside the door instead of outside the door, and they can let themselves in, open the door and bring your trash down the ramp, right?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. I don't know. It's something, whatever you work out should be spelled out very clearly for us to be able to rely on. Because if we were to grant you this license, this would become an enforcement issue. And so if you were somehow not adhering to what you told us you were going to do, then we could have a hearing on it and we could enforce that. But we need something in writing that we can enforce. This is what you agreed to. You're not adhering to it. Therefore, we're going to find you in violation, potentially, right? But we would need that, especially in light of the amount of opposition.
So you want me to don't leave the trash out?
I think what I am saying and the chair is saying and Commissioner Saxon is saying is that these might be ideas you might want to explore, and they might make it more tenable to grant you the license.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in the daytime, I had the trash cans outside where I have it right now. Before I go home at 10 p.m., I leave inside and then trash pick it up. That's the good thing that I can do.
Sitting here in front of you, I think I would look favorably upon that plan. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
We would want you to put whatever your plan is in writing to us before 10 a.m.
I had to write.
Yes. So it sounds like there was a request for a revised contract specifying the pickup time for trash. If it is going to be 6 to 7 a.m., we would like to see that in writing, as well as a written plan for where trash will be stored during the day, overnight, and when it will be let out for trash pickup. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. With that, are there any final comments from the board on this matter? Thank you. Okay, with that, the board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 3, LLH LLC, doing business as Trader Joe's, located at 500 Boylston Street, holder of a retail package store, all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Matthew Kosiak to Paul Lembo, who is present on behalf of the applicant. Is Mr. Lembo with us this morning?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. This is Paul Lumbo.
Oh, great. Thank you for being with us. Is it possible to turn your camera on?
I'm not sure. Again, the dial-in number I got was just a mobile number, so it just gives me the audio, not the video.
Okay.
Can we send him a new link and then maybe he can log on? We'll come back to him.
Yeah, there, if you are on our website is the full link for the Zoom hearing. So if you're on a device that has video enabled, you can follow the Zoom link directly rather than calling in. Otherwise, if you can call our office, someone can walk you through how to do that. I don't have an email address for you to send. Would that work?
So I'd have to go to the website?
Yep, they're on our website, boston.gov/licensing. There would be a Zoom link for today's hearing. You can follow that from any device that has video enabled.
Okay, I will have to try to sign back
Thank you
on.
very much. We'll take a second call and we will come back to you when you have arrived on video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 4, Berkeley Place Restaurant Limited Partnership, doing business as Grill 23 Restaurant and Bar, located at 340 Stewart Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Jamie Campos to Matthew Harrington. Attorney Tom Miller. Attorney Miller.
Thank you, Secretary Green. Good morning, Chairman Joyce, Commissioners. Tom Miller from McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley here on behalf of the licensee. I am joined by Matthew Harrington, the proposed manager of record. Matthew has worked in the industry for well more than 2 decades. He has had more than 10 years experience supervising the sale and service of alcohol, including time with this licensee doing that. He is the general manager here and has been for a while. He is also a previously approved manager of record by the ABCC and other local licensing authority. He is a United States citizen. He is a resident of Peabody, Massachusetts. He is TIP certified. He's familiar with the laws of the Commonwealth, the rules of the ABCC, and this board for the sale and service of alcohol. With that, we thank you for hearing this today, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Attorney Miller. Thank you, Mr. Harrington, for joining us. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 5, Pachula's LLC, doing business as Pachula's, located at 81 L Street in South Boston, holder of a common victular wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitions to pledge the license to Salem 5 Cents Savings Bank, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Good morning, Attorney Green.
Morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. For the record, Attorney Matt Eckel with Fletcher Tilton on behalf of the applicant Petula's LLC. We're here this morning seeking the board's approval of a proposed pledge for the license for Petula's, which is located at 81 L Street in South Boston. The pledge of license would be to Salem 5 Cents Savings Bank. Currently, Petula's is the holder of a common vitular wines and malt beverage with liqueurs license. The pledge is being requested in connection with a construction loan. Just for the board's knowledge, as we did have some back and forth, I believe, with Attorney Green, this pledge would be a second position pledge, as there is a previously approved pledge to Salem 5 at this location for this license. Salem 5 did acknowledge they're aware of this and are amenable to this pledge being a second position pledge. With that, I'll pause and take any questions the board may have.
Thank you, Attorney, for joining us. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Okay, the board will take this under advisement, and thank you for the clarification and the back and forth. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Attorney Green, and thank you, members of the commission.
Calling item number 6, Trier Inc., doing business as Salty Pig, located at 130 Dartmouth Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with the Coors license, has petitioned for a change of stock interest and a pledge of stock to James Kochner, and also calling in item 7, which is the same transaction. Traveler Street Partners Inc. at 264 East Berkeley Street in Roxbury also has applied for the same change of stock interest and a pledge of stock to James Kochner. Attorney Newman with us?
Actually, it's Richard Joyce from Newman and Newman.
Thank you very much. Attorney
Good
Joyce?
morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a petition to transfer 10% of ownership of each of the 2 restaurants and a pledge of stock to Mr. Kochner, as the transaction calls for payments over time from earnings. Ms. Ald is on. If there are any particular questions for her, she's a longtime employee of CODA, spanning over 10 years. She was away for a period of 2 years during COVID, came back and has been with the restaurant since 2022, has served as a dedicated employee, and it's an appropriate transfer. And obviously, if there are any questions, I'm happy to address them.
Thank you, Attorney, and thank you for joining us. I have no questions. Commissioners?
No questions, thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these items? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 8, Biscay LLC, doing business as Zorito, located at 20 to 26 Charles Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from 2,600 square feet in one room on the first floor to include a dining area with seating for 48 and counter seating for 15, kitchen in the rear and storage in the basement. 2, Unit C, aka Zorito, includes 2,600 total square feet, 1 entrance and 2 exits, with 1 1,600 square foot room on the first floor, including a dining area with seating for 40, counter seating for 18, kitchen in the rear, and 1,000 square feet in the basement for storage. Unit B, aka Willie's, includes 2,700 total square feet, 1 entrance and 2 exits, with 1 900 square foot room on the first floor, including a dinner area with seating for 20, counter seating for 8, kitchen in the rear, and 1,800 square feet in the basement for storage. Units connected by wall opening in the kitchens. Secondly, the applicant has also petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business from Zorito to Zorito and Willie's. And finally, the applicant has petitioned to change the conditions on the licensed business from, as per agreement between licensee and Beacon Hill Civic Association, premises shall have a capacity of no greater than 64 persons, with dining counter for no more than 13 seated and no standing patrons. Patrons shall vacate the premises no later than midnight, and alcohol to be served only in conjunction with food. To the eliminating the second condition, so leaving only conditions 1 and 3 currently on the license, removing the patrons shall vacate the premise no later than midnight. Attorney Tom Miller. Attorney Miller? Oh, sorry, that is still on there. It's actually removing the first condition, my apologies, which is premises shall have capacity of no greater than 64 persons, with dining counter for no more than 13 seated and no standing patrons. The midnight and alcohol served in conjunction with food remain on the license. Attorney Miller?
Thank you, Secretary Green. Good morning again, Chairman Joyce, Commissioners. Tom Miller from McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley here on behalf of Biscay LLC, DBA Zorito. I'm joined by Babak Bina, part of the ownership team, as well as Nadar Asghari Tari, the manager of record. As Secretary Green said, the application here is to alter the premise to include the adjoining space, which is the former Upper Crust Pizza space. This new space will operate as Willie's. Willie's is going to offer a selection of pizzas and pastas made with the same quality ingredients and care as the offerings at Zorito. The plan here is to fill a void that was created on Charles Street and in this area by the closures of Figs and Panificio. Since those closures, there really hasn't been a casual neighborhood place for the residents and families of the area to come grab either a good quality quick casual meal or grab something to take out and take home with them. This new space has approximately 900 square feet on the first floor, which will include the seating for a total seating of 28 and an open kitchen area, as well as a basement area that will add to the storage in this space. There's also a minor modification to the existing seating arrangement in the Zorito space, which results in a reduction of seats, but not, it moves it down from 64 to 58. As Secretary Green stated, we have applied to remove the first condition on the license that limits the overall capacity and doesn't allow standing patrons. With the addition of the space, the condition is, not really applicable because of the larger space, and the standing aspect is a little onerous and doesn't fit with the model of Zorito and Willie's. We've been in contact with the Beacon Hill Civic Association for weeks prior to this hearing today, and we have discussed all of the modifications, the addition, the alteration of premise, the modification to the conditions of the license, the change in DBA. Those conversations have been productive, and as the board is aware, we'll be meeting with them tonight, and they will weigh in prior to the board's vote tomorrow. We've also worked with ONS. They determined that a butter meeting wasn't necessary in this instance, as the space was previously licensed and the operator is well known and well respected in the area. I understand the board has a lot going on today, so at that point I will say thank you, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Attorney Miller. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Madam Chairwoman, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant, or the Beacon Hill Civic Association, is meeting formally to consider this application this evening. So we'd ask the board to be on the lookout for their letter prior to the voting hearing tomorrow. That background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Tony Baez. I'm here on behalf of District 8 Councilor Sharon Durkin, who represents Beacon Hill. She would like to go on record in support of the application. The owner is a trusted restaurateur, and obviously Charles Street is, a really important corridor to the city for restaurants and shopping. So we would love to see it livened up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I do see we've been rejoined by Mr. Lembo and on camera, so we'll just take a brief second call back to item number 3, recalling into the record LLH LLC, doing business as Trader Joe's at 500 Boylston Street, holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Matthew Kosiak to Paul Lembo. And thank you, Mr. Lembo, for rejoining us. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chairman Joyce, would you like to go through the manager of record questions?
Yes, thank you. Sorry about that, and thank you for your patience. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes.
And what is that experience?
I'm growing up as a kid, my father owned supermarkets, and I've been with Trader Joe's for 18 years.
Thank you. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Great. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you again, Mr. Limbo, for rejoining us.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you. Moving back to the order of this morning's agenda, calling item number 9, Fernandez Brothers Liquors, Inc., doing business as Caribbean Liquors, located at 527 to 531 Dudley Street in Roxbury, holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Syrian LLC, doing business as Caribbean Liquors at the same location. Jitendra Kumar Patel, manager, 11 p.m. closing hour. Secondly, the applicant has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from 500 square feet of retail store space, plus basement below, entrance and exit in front, 1 walk-in cooler on the side and 5-door cooler in the back, cash register and counter in front near entrance, bathroom in basement, storage in basement. 2, revised description. Premise consists of 1 floor, 1,936 square feet across 1 room, with a basement for storage, 1 entrance and exit. And finally, the applicant has petitioned to pledge the license and inventory to Salem 5 Cent Savings Bank. Attorney Matthew Porter. Attorney Porter.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Thank you, Commissioners. Matthew Porter. I'm the attorney for Syrian LLC. Along with me on the hearing this morning is Dharmesh Dave, who's one of the managers of the LLC, as well as Jitendra Kumar Patel, who's the proposed licensed manager. He's also a member of the LLC. Before the board, ultimately, is a transfer of an existing business, which is Caribbean Liquors at 527 Dudley Street in Roxbury. This is a very experienced ownership group coming on board here, have several locations across the state, including one within the city of Boston. So they certainly understand all the rules and responsibilities of the city of Boston, as well as Massachusetts and the ABCC. All these individuals are alcohol tip certified. All employees would be required to be alcohol tip certified as well. There is a request for a pledge of license and inventory to Salem 5, who is financing the transaction. I would say the only unique aspect of this transaction is there is an alteration of premises that comes along with this application. That being said, and I'm sure the board is familiar with this, there was an alteration that occurred several years ago under the current ownership. That never went before the board and the ABCC to update the square footage from the 500 square feet to the 1936 square feet. When we filed the application, City of Boston, obviously, your office is reviewing the application, see that the square footage doesn't match. And so we were able to determine that at one point, several years ago, again, the current ownership expanded into their next door space that was never approved. This forced us to go back in time. We redid our transfer application to include an alteration of premises. We met with the neighborhood group. Seller's attorney, led that meeting because the alteration had occurred under their time. But essentially, they went back to the neighborhood group to explain this alteration is not, before the board now necessarily. This was an alteration that occurred several years ago. Our current ownership group is coming in and operate in the same exact footprint that has been there for several years now. So just wanted to point out that sort of, interesting, aspect of the transaction. But otherwise, this is just a transfer of an existing store with no changes of hours, no structure or changes to the building, whatsoever. Jitendra Kumar, as I said, is alcohol tip certified. He's also under work authorization permit. And so with that, I can certainly answer any questions the board may have, and our clients can as well.
Thank you, attorney. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Patel. I think we covered all of the manager of record questions in your attorney's presentation. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Or any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Calling item number 10, Panagiota Inc., doing business as Gyro City, located at 181 Chestnut Hill Ave in Brighton. Holder of a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to transfer the license and location from the above to Greenside Athletics Limited Company, doing business as Greenside Golf Club, located at 58 Old Colony Ave. David Hodge, manager, 11 p.m. closing hour. Premise consists of a 5,564 square foot indoor golf simulation facility with 2 entrances and 3 exits located on the 2nd floor, consisting of a bar with 8 seats, 6 golf simulator bays with projection screens, and 36 seats, a central putting green, and a lounge area with 18 seats. Attorney Nick Zazula. Attorney Zazula.
Yep, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley, 28 State Street in Boston, here on behalf of Greenside Golf Club. With me today is Matt Bourgeois, who's the CEO, and David Hodge, who's the CTO, as well as the proposed manager of record. Both are on screen in front of you today. As read into the record, this is about 5,500 square foot indoor golf club and facility. It's at 58 Old Colony Avenue in South Boston. It's in the South Boston Ironworks development, kind of near Tate, if you're familiar with the area. 6 golf simulator bays. Unlike some of the other facilities in the city, these aren't really necessarily as much entertainment based, but more data and purpose driven based using their proprietary AI platform. But they are also requesting an accessory bar alcohol service, which is the reason why we're here today, as an amenity to patrons, very similar to your 19th green or your golf clubhouse, where before or after your round or during, you might want to have a beverage. There is a small bar with only 8 seats, a lounge area with 18 seats, again, for before and after playing in one of the golf simulator bays. The proposed closing hour is 11 p.m., 7 days a week. As far as the manager of record is concerned, David is with us today. He is over 21 years of age. He is a Massachusetts resident. He is a U.S. citizen. He is familiar with the rules and regulations for the board and the state. He is TIP certified, which we provided to the board ahead of today's hearing. And he does have vast executive and management background. Although he does not have specific restaurant experience, he has trained himself, and they will also ensure that they bring on an experienced, responsible bar staff. They may choose to bring on and appoint a new manager of record when they open with some background if they identify that person. But David is, again, familiar with the rules and regs and TIP certified. And I also will note this is not a restaurant or bar. It's really an amenity to the golf, so it's not a full bar experience. It's part of the overall golf simulator concept. And I will just close by noting, I'm sure the mayor's office will go over this, but we did have an abutter meeting on November 5th with very light attendance. And I do see that Patty is on from Andrew Square Civic Association. We did meet with them on November 24th, and I'll let her speak to that. So happy to pause here. I know it's been a long hearing, Madam Chair. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have on the concept. Thanks.
No, I have no questions. Thank you for your explanation. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
Yeah, no questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, thank you. Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the ONS community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on November 5th at which no concerns were raised. The applicants met with the Andrew Square Civic Association, which is supporting this application. That background judgment by our office is deferred to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. I do see Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office on with us. Yep, you can please provide your testimony.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on a good community process and feedback from neighbors from the Andrew Square Civic Association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do see a hand raised from Patty McCormick. You may please unmute and provide your testimony.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners and Chairperson. I am Patty McCormick, Vice President, Andrew Square Civic Association, also known as ASCA. As Attorney Zazula presented at our Andrew Square meeting on November 24th, and we included a discussion on the hours and the liquor license, and members voted unanimously to support the proposal. We're impressed with the affordability component of the program compared to other golf retail in the area or other golf recreational. I think there was enthusiasm from one of our seniors who golfs and a mom with her 2 young golfers and all those in between. So we believe Greenside Golf, located at 58 O'Connell Avenue and Andrew Square, will be a great addition to the Ironworks Business District, which has become really an exciting place. And ASCA looks forward to welcoming Matt and his team from Greenside Golf to Andrews Square. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we do have your letter on file as well. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Just one question. When do you plan on opening?
I think the plan to open, right, gentlemen, is spring 2026, hopefully March-ish, right? I'm seeing head nodding, Madam Chair, March, April-ish.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. Targeting March or April. Thank you.
Great.
Any further questions from the board? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 11, Namu Distilling Co. LLC, located at 89 Heath Street in Mission Hill, has applied for a Section 19E Farmer Distillery pouring license to be exercised on the above. The tasting room premise encompasses 4 rooms on 1 floor, including the tasting room itself, 2 bathrooms, and a small storage mop sink closet, totaling approximately 3,675 square feet. No outdoor areas are currently to be included in the licensed area. There is 1 entrance and 2 exits. Total square footage of the premise is 5,260, with the remainder of the space being occupied by the production facility. Manager Joshua Moss, closing time 10:30 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hello, hi, Chair and members of the board. This is Josh Moss here. My partner and husband, Will Blessing.
Hi.
We're here. We're very excited, and thank you for your time this morning. So we want to give a little bit of background about what our business is because it's a bit unusual compared to a lot of other liquor pouring or liquor production businesses in Boston. We are starting a craft distillery focused on Korean American spirits, soju and gin distilled from rice wine called makgeolli that we brew ourselves. Everything will be produced in-house by hand in small batches, and we're going for a very premium product, not something like when you think of soju, sometimes you think of green bottles. I'd like to dispel all of those notions immediately. We're going for 40% ABV, things that are more for cocktails or sipping, things like that. And so our production facility will be located adjoining. That is kind of the rules that the ABCC has set forth for farmer distilleries and for our pouring license. The remainder of the space, and really the part that we're very excited about, will be our tasting room and bar. That is a larger space. We have approximately 74 seats, I believe, currently is what we're going for, which is on the smaller side of bars in the area where occupancies routinely exceed 90 to 100. We are planning on doing a cocktail service menu that will rotate on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, really focusing on seasonality and combining the terroir of Korea and New England in creative and unique ways. And so everything that we will be pouring, every alcoholic component by law, we will have to make ourselves. So that includes not only the base spirits, soju and gin, but anything that would go into it. Things like Amaro. You know, if you want to make a Negroni, we not only have to make our own gin, we'll make our own version of Campari and our own version of sweet vermouth as well. So this is really a very craft focused, more of a quality high end as opposed to a dive bar region. So for that, you know, we're going for a more elegant Korean style theme, lots of plants, and we're planning on growing a lot of the botanicals ourselves as well. Now we've had a lot of really good interactions with the community. We've met multiple times with the Community Alliance of Mission Hill and have received an effusive outpouring of support, which is really appreciated. We've met with the Back of the Hill Community Development Corporation, which is another community group in the area, and they've also endorsed our plans going forward. And we've also completed the abutters portion, which I'm sure that Siggy will testify to in a little bit. And we just want to address, you know, preemptively some of the concerns that were raised because we are taking the community concerns very seriously. So things like traffic, you know, concerns based on our location, our traffic analysis based on publicly available data from Boston Traffic Authority. I don't remember the exact name, but it suggests that we would account for less than 0.4% of traffic on the street, which I would say is completely negligible. We have at least 24 parking spaces, which is more than any restaurant or bar in the area. So we are not concerned about parking taking up too much space. And then also, given some of the questions about it previously in the meeting, as well as some of the abutters' concerns, We are going to follow all of the sanitary and health codes related to waste disposal and maintaining a proper sanitary permit as required by the health department. We've already gotten preliminary approval from the health department based on our layout, our equipment selections, our food menu, and our cocktail service. And we also have received the okay from BPD. Sorry, no, BPDA.
BPDA.
Yeah, BPDA for our distillery itself. It is allowed by right on our property, considering that Mission Hill is historically where all of Boston's liquor and brewing industry was located before Prohibition. So we are also continuing that tradition and adding a bit of life to our space. So we welcome any and all questions, and thank you for your consideration.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Did we cover the manager of record questions? I don't think so. No.
I am the manager of record.
All right, you are. Okay. So let me see. Are you a citizen?
Yep.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Yes.
And what is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
In food and beverage, I've worked as a business consultant immediately after my PhD. So I did consumer analyses, looking at market segmentation, doing things for packaged foods as well as for other consumer products. I have not directly worked in a restaurant or bar before. My educational background is, like I mentioned, I have a PhD in chemistry from MIT. And previously, I have my bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, which is really the bread and butter of all distillation. So, yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, absolutely. And I would also just add that we will require everyone to be tip certified too.
Okay, great. Thank you. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
None at this time. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Madam Chair and Members, C. Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant has completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on October 14th, which was fairly well attended. A number of abutters raised concerns about traffic and parking and about rodent activity. Abutters felt that this parcel was a center of rodent activity in the neighborhood. The applicants have met with the Community Alliance of Mission Hill, which overwhelmingly supported the application. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm here on behalf of Councilor Sharon Durkin, who represents Mission Hill. She would like to go on record in support. This will add, new vibrant business to Mission Hill, and it was great to see them come to an agreement with the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Any further questions from the board? No. Great. The only thing I'll add is if you are planning on preparing or serving food on the premise, you would want to contact your office to apply for a separate common victualler license, as that's not included in this pouring permit, but we can help you out with that.
Absolutely. Yes. Very clear. And we just are not, we don't have the documentation yet to apply for that CV. So, but we will.
We'll be back soon.
Yes. Just wanted to make sure you were aware that's not included in this type of license. With that, the board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And calling item number 12, Dockshare LLC, doing business as Holdfast Specialty Seafood Rolls, located at 164 Brighton Ave in Alston, has applied for a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages license to be exercised on the above, approximately 1,147 square feet, one entrance, two exits. Entrance opens onto Brighton Ave, high table seating area at the front and service station in the center, kitchen and prep area in the center behind the service station, and freezers in the back. Basement level for dry storage. Manager Jesse Kim. Closing time 11 p.m. Attorney Tom Miller. Attorney Miller.
Thank you, Secretary Green. Good morning again, Commissioner Joyce, Chair Joyce, Commissioners. Tom Miller from McDermott, Quilty, Miller and Hanley here on behalf of Dockshare LLC. I'm joined by Jesse Kim, who is part of the ownership team and the proposed manager of record. As Secretary Green said, here we are applying for a new wine and malt beverages license. Holdfast Seafood has been open for a few months now. They are filling a hole that was in the market in this area. Prior to opening, there was no restaurant offering quality, iconic New England seafood, along with other local favorites in this area, in and around the Alston area. The team here, which includes Chef Nathan Gould and Chef Tyler Paolini, have extensive experience working in the industry, which indicates, which accounts for a lot of the success they've already seen. They've worked in restaurants in Boston, like Oya, and in Somerville, like Samara. They bring those fine dining techniques and execution in a creative way in this much more relaxed setting. Since the opening, they have received a warm welcome from the community. This also includes positive write-ups and recommendations from publications like Eater, the Boston Globe, and Boston Magazine. Here we're looking to add wine and malt beverages to complement the handheld seafood and quality raw bar offerings. They envision offering items like cans of malt beverages to go with the handheld rolls, or wine and prosecco to pair well with that pair really well with the raw bar offerings. So the board is aware that the premise itself is located at 164 Brighton Ave. Previously, it was a boba tea restaurant. Now it is the high quality seafood offerings that it is. It's approximately 1,147 square feet. There's high top table seating in the front for 19 people. It is a counter service model, the kitchen in the rear and basement for storage. We're not proposing to change the hours of operation. It is 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Jesse Kim, who is here with us today, is the proposed manager of record. He is a United States citizen. He is a resident of Newton. He is familiar with the laws of the Commonwealth, the rules of the ABC, and this board for the sale and service of alcohol. He has been here and working in this restaurant since it opened, and he is supported by both Nathan and Tyler, who, as I've said, have extensive experience in the industry. As Siggy will testify to, we held an abutters meeting where we received no questions. We also met with the Alston Civic Association, where they were very supportive of the addition of a wine and malt beverages license here. Finally, we did receive, and the board, I believe, received it as well, support from Council Braden's office. As this has been kind of a long morning, so I will wrap it up there, but we're happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Miller. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Kim. Sounds very exciting. I have no questions for you at this time. Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Madam Chair and members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant has completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on November 5th, at which no concerns were raised. The applicant met with the Alston Civic Association, which has sent our office and the board a letter of support for this application. With that background, we defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Great. And Attorney Miller, the support letter from Council Braden has not been forwarded to the board. If you have a copy of it, you could forward it to us after it's shared with the board. Thank you. If there are no other individuals who would like to testify, then the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you. Those are all the items before the board this morning that will adjourn this hearing. The board will vote tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Notice has been posted to the city's website. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day.